Okay, so post-market, immediate thoughts. I'm still in the car. Like, I've had my fair share of bad market, but it was also kind of like a waste of time. I'm trying to take over the social media game a little bit. Gotta go through it right now. Also debuting a bunch of new notepads, and of course above it is all the prints that we have. Before the market starts, I wanted to update some pricing, especially for my hats. It's at $15 right now, but I feel like it's a little bit low, to be honest. Like, after seeing how much other people are charging for hats, especially like custom hats, I feel like $15 is barely covering costs. I've always wanted to be like very cost friendly, cautious, especially like right now with everything going on in the economy, but I also gotta make sure that I'm making a profit and that I'm running a business, and I just can't be giving things away for free or for like negative profit. So just updating the hats right now. Okay, so I've just finished setting up. We have 15 minutes left until the market actually starts, and I'm pretty proud of myself for this one because, one, I had to drive myself here. I usually have my husband come with me so that he can help like unpack and also to drive me and all my luggage with me. But this time I had to do it all by myself. I set up everything myself and I lugged everything myself. And we still have 15 minutes to spare. And I already sold something. It was actually kind of embarrassing because I was in the middle of setting up and this customer came and was like, I'm very interested in your Boba cat keychains. My daughter loves Boba, loves cats, so wanted to get something for her. And I was like, I don't even have my like Square reader set up, let alone my iPad that has like my Square or like to take transactions. And so I had like to quickly do it while he was still browsing because I didn't want to like cause myself more anxiety by doing it while he's already checking out and like he would have to wait. And I think like at the end of the day he would understand that I am, you know, still setting up, but I still didn't want to like create that friction and everything. So like while I was setting up, like my Square reader was not connecting to my iPad and I was like, oh my god. Normally I would freak out, but today I just fixed it myself. I'm a very independent lady today, for sure. Lugging everything myself, like fixing everything myself. So it's a little bit slow to start. It just started. Now that it's like 11:07. There's not a lot of people like walking around really, but again, started, have like 5 hours ahead of us to sell some stuff. But I think one thing that I love about slower markets is the opportunity to make a lot of content. And I feel like when I first started doing this, I was so scared to like make content in front of people, especially in certain markets where it's not necessarily like a younger audience, I guess, where I feel like a lot of the vendors here are a little bit older and how's it going? I feel like the vendors here are a little bit older and they wouldn't like understand having to make content, I guess. Like they just sell to sell, they go to markets for fun, whereas like me, I'm trying to take over the social media game a little bit. And so it's really awkward at first, and it still kind of is, to like whip your camera out and like talk to yourself, or even to have your camera out and film you setting up. I feel like it's kind of weird, but at the same time, like they can judge and they can, you know, stare at you while you're working, but at the end of the day, like you're never going to really hear from these people again. Maybe they'll be your friend, I don't know. There are a lot of vendors here that I know and like I come close to only because we do the same markets all the time and like we see each other from market to market. But other than that, like when am I gonna ever see these people again? So I try my best to not really care about how other people perceive me when I'm trying to film, because I just think that it's just silly to be scared of something like this when you're trying to like build yourself up and all you gotta do is film a little bit and make some content. So I feel like that's kind of like my TED talk to myself when I'm like too scared to film. Like I never have the time to actually show you my layout, but I'm trying something new with the hats and the magnets right now, with them putting in the same table kind of separately and up front, whereas everything else is in the main table. I have my usual like get your wiener keychain and their mystery pouches here. I have like a sale of some of my older stuff and things I'm trying to get rid of. Doubled my sticker box, and now that it fills 2 of these, which is crazy that I have like this many stickers now. Usual, I narrowed it down, not really narrowed it down, but like I consolidated to one display of the keychains and then the pins. I do want to make more pins actually, so I can build this collection, but I do think I have a good amount now. Else that's somewhat new is my prints, and then this is my first time introducing notepads to my markets. It's going to be these three, the getting all your ducks in a row, silly goose notes, and then just like a grocery list. And then lastly, just my spinning little greeting card holder. All of that is on my new table runner, which is Zoos by Indy, and is like my new logo and everything. And I am obsessed with how big my table has gotten and how full it looks from the very first market that I've done here. I'm actually getting a little bit worried because it is actually really, really slow. I only made like 2 sales so far, and it's already been an hour. And I don't know, I can't tell because there are people like walking around and everything. It's more so like, I don't know, no one's stopping by my table. There's also like not a lot of vendors today. I feel like last time I was here, it was definitely a lot more fuller. People were walking around table to table, but this time around, I feel like they're more so like just walking past each of the tables. They're here for a destination. I was actually just talking to one of the like shoppers who stopped by my table, and I often ask like what brings them to this market. And it's usually the farmers market, which is great because I feel like there's been a rise of people like wanting to go in farmers markets, and like this market is great because one, farmers market, but also a lot of like crafters or artists also go to this market, and so we're capturing like that type of audience. But yeah, again, it's very slow right now. I just don't know if it's gonna pick up or not. It's actually like a really nice day today, so it could be a hit or miss. Like people could be outside just like living life, or they can shop inside. So we'll see. I feel like there's still some time. I'm also debating like how I'm going to get food because again, usually I have my husband with me, but today it's just me, and he usually picks up food like in the market itself. There's usually like a cafe here, and you can pick up like pizza or like just baked goods, but I just don't know. I might have to leave my table. I mean, I eventually have to if I like want to go to the bathroom or something. So I just like hate having to leave my table because what if like someone comes and they want to buy something and I'm not there, you know? I just don't like the idea of like missing out, but it's fine. Like I eventually will have to do something like this but I want to do more markets like outside of my local area where like my husband wouldn't be, and he's like pretty busy himself. So I'm just gonna be independent today. I think what I can actually do is like order on my phone and then just pick it up at the cafe, but I don't know how to order like, because they have a lot of good pizzas here. I don't know how to order just one slice on the phone or like on their website, because you usually have to do that in person. So yeah, I don't want a whole pie by myself, but we'll figure it out. I spoke too soon because it's starting to pick up a little bit. I don't know, that's an influx. Hi, how's it going? Hi, how are you? Good. Just an influx of people who just swarmed in. I don't know where they're coming from, but they are actually stopping by. I made a few sales just now, like back to back, which is crazy because I didn't think I would. And I was just about to step out to get like some food too. So again, that fear of missing out on potential sales. I feel like it's always the get your wieners stores that drive people in because it's such a funny little saying and everyone just giggles when they see it. Okay, I left the table and got myself a slice of pizza, and it is actually crazy how much a slice of pizza is here. It's like $10 a slice, but it's like this big, and honestly it's like one of the best pizzas I've ever had, so I feel like it's well worth it. But when my husband is here, we do get the like bigger pie, and it's like $14, and it has like I want to say like 6 slices, so I feel like the personal pie is definitely a lot more worth it than a slice. But you know what, gotta make sacrifices today. I'm gonna be eating that myself, so I'm so excited to eat this. It's like so hard to like hold it. It's hard to hold because it's a square pizza and it doesn't like fold. It's very like sturdy, which I like, but hard to eat in public. Oh my god, I'm breaking it. What brings you to Bellworks today?
Sorry?
What brings you to Bellworks today?
Oh, I'm after doing the face painting.
Oh, gotcha.
Down.
That's fun.
I think I'm going to take the stickers.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want to do card, cash?
Oh, I should have cash.
Okay, so it's just $5. And do you want a little bag with it?
Yeah, sure, actually.
Grab it. Perfect. Great choices. Perfect. Thank you so much.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Anything catching your eye?
It's one of those things where like too much is catching my eye.
no.
I'm like, oh, I have to,
Yeah.
limit my choices. Everything looks
Good
so
problem to have.
cute.
Thank you.
Exactly. Everything is so adorable.
Thanks. Okay, so post-market, immediate thoughts. I'm still in the car, but wanted to give you like an update of the market and how it went. I feel like there wasn't a lot of content, to be honest, because it was just so slow. Even when I felt like it picked up, it just died back down really quickly, and I feel like I've had my fair share of bad markets. Like I had one where literally I got only 1 sale, maybe 2, but it was just like so hot that there was no one at that market. And I feel like this market is kind of comparable in that like I feel like I just didn't get a lot of sales, and I mean I did break even, luckily, whereas the other market that I went to I did not break even at all. So I guess it's a win here that like I made back my money, but it was also kind of like a waste of time, because even when you like don't get a lot of sales, at least maybe you'll like interact with people. But today, I don't know, like no one really wanted to chit chat, no one wanted to stop and say hi. And I feel like that was kind of the sentiment that everyone was kind of feeling. Like, I was looking at the table in front of me and I felt so bad because I don't think that person made a single sale. But at the same time, like, another table next to me was selling like hotcakes. Like, throughout the entirety of the 5 hours that we were at market, she was selling. Like, they were doing like permanent jewelry, so bracelets that are permanent. She was like helping people put on permanent bracelets the entire time, and I'm like, go girl, because I feel like no one is having that experience. It just makes me really sad when like I see certain tables get like 0 sales, and then I'm kind of complaining that I only got a few sales. So I don't know, I feel like I'm very like empathetic to other small businesses and how hard they try, and like it just makes me so sad when I know how much hard work they put into their craft and then they don't get the results that they want. And I know it's just like a bad day, because usually at this market, like, I do have a good market day. It's just really one of those market days where it's not so great. But yeah, I just feel like I have to move on and kind of just manifest a better market in the future. So see you a little later. Happy Monday. I am in the bathroom at work and about to go to my first-ish event for my small business, where I'm not like working or anything. I'm going to like an event with other small business owners. It is Small Business Week or month, so there's an event hosted that I was invited to, and I'm so excited. Like, I'm going to see someone that I'm friends with, but then a bunch of other small businesses that I'm like super excited to meet. For example, the New York City Craft Club is gonna be there, and you know me, I love crafting, so I'm excited to meet the founders of that group and everything. Like I said, it's a work day. It's Monday. I usually don't come in, and if I do, I don't stay this late. It's like past 5, but the event is at like 6:30, so stayed a little bit later, and now I'm heading over. It's gonna be like in Brooklyn, so yeah, let's head on over. Okay, so I'm back from the Vistaprint small business event from last night, and just want to give a quick recap of the night as well as some of the goodies that they gave us from the event. And first things first, like how I got invited and everything. So I used to be a Vistaprint ambassador. I stopped being an ambassador at the end of last year, but even so, they still invite me to do certain collabs. They still allow me to go to certain events. And this one being in New York, it was so nice to be able to, you know, connect with other small businesses in the area. I knew a few people going into it because they're from New Jersey as well. It was nice to connect with them as well. I feel like being a small business owner, and then a majority of us also have like full-time jobs too. It's so hard to make the time to see each other even though you're kind of like in the same vicinity. But like I said, before the event, I actually was coming from work, like my full-time job, because it was like a night event. I wanted to get my days in the office in, so I was like, I'm just gonna do that and then go to the event. It was definitely a long day in itself, just because I had to work and then I had to like mingle with everybody, and being an introvert and being in a job that is very like people person, gotta have to like talk a lot throughout the day, and then having to like go to an event where you really have to turn yourself up and yap away. But even so, I feel like it wasn't that bad because it was just nice to like catch up with certain people that I haven't seen in a long time, and then also like meet new people in the kind of industry. So it was very easy for me to like not feel so overwhelmed, overstimulated. At the event, besides like other small business owners, I was able to meet certain people that I communicate with on a regular basis from Vistaprint and seeing them in person. So it was super nice to just like have face to face and put a face to name kind of situation, and just being able to mingle in such a intimate setting. The event space that we were at was actually owned by someone who is a Vistaprint ambassador. She owns like a pizza Italian spot, and everything kind of just hit. If you already saw the previous videos, I wish I took more like photos and everything, but I also wanted to kind of be in the moment, especially when like I was chit-chatting with everyone else. But besides the food and mingling, we also got to hear from everybody like their biggest wins of the month, especially it being Small Business Month or week, I think. It was just nice to hear like everybody like trying to think of their biggest wins, basically. And I feel like when you're in a small business and you're going day to day, like trying to achieve things, it's hard to like list out everything that you're doing well in, and you're also trying to be humble as well. But it was such a nice space to be like, hey, I actually did XYZ and I'm like so proud of it. And you really have to like think back of like everything that you've been doing so far instead of just like letting the day go by. So that was the majority of the night, just kind of like mingling, getting to know other people, catching up with everybody else. And the event itself was only like 3-4 hours, so I got home at like 10 or 11. But as always, Vistaprint always kills it with the goodie bags, so I'm just gonna go through it right now. The bag itself is one of their products. I have been eyeing a bag like this forever, and this is my second Vistaprint like event, and they also had a goodie bag like this. And every time I'm seeing it, I'm like, I really want it for my small business. But to me, I want it in like a smaller format because my stuff is really small. I feel like unless I'm selling something big or like something where I'm seeing shoppers buy a lot, it doesn't make sense for me to have it yet. But I'm seeing a lot of my friends in the industry have these bags, and I'm so jealous because I have so many ideas for this specific bag size. I just can't justify getting it at the moment. So first things first, and I forgot to even mention, but like immediately when we got to our table, it was all personalized with our business cards. They gave us our logos in sticker format, and then the best thing was, and I have in my bag, a little glass, and it says our name. And it was just like the cutest little touch for everybody to receive. And I just like, I'm sorry, like, what? I just can't believe they did this. But I was like, dang, like I did not expect this at all. Like I was happy with just like my stickers, honestly. But yeah, let's go through the haul. All right, so first things first, besides the bag, is they got us like a little koozie. It says there's no business like your business, and then it just goes all around in like a little spiral. Cute. I already opened it, but they gave us like a thank you note, and it's like handwritten notes inside, which I'll not share. But I also have this like thank you card situation for my greeting card, so it's actually, I like this a lot better. I feel like it's a different paper format, and so maybe I might upgrade my greeting cards to this kind of paper. It's not a gift or anything, but they also showcase their their tissue paper, which I have as well. I was convinced to get them last time when they showed us this tissue paper, but I think there's actually something inside. So let me just open it up. Oh, yes. It was just our logos in a sticker form. And then what's next is this case that says Small Business Social Club. I feel like that's their kind of like slogan for their ambassador program. And I actually don't know what's inside because I didn't open it yet. But it is, oh wow, it's like the mic situation that you can just clip on to your phone, and so that you can film on the go, which is nice because I don't always want to like bring my camera around, and I just want to be a little bit more inconspicuous sometimes when filming. So it's nice to have a mic version for my phone. And then up next is, of course, gotta have this for all the wine. And then I think this is the last thing, but they got us a little apron that says Small Business Social Club. It's so cute. And I feel like this makes sense for me specifically. I'm sure everyone got this as well, but because I bake a lot, I think it makes sense. Oh, and it also has pockets. But yeah, that's all in the haul. I feel so grateful that I'm like part of this kind of community. Again, even though I'm not like an ambassador anymore for Vistaprint, like they still include me in everything, like these events, different opportunities, like they're helping me with my wedding and everything that's happening. And so I'm just, everyone in that like company and that like community, everyone's just so sweet, and I just could not be more grateful to be a part of this community. And again, chef's kiss to the goodie bag that they put together, because I'm always so shook of what they're capable of, and like I'm always getting inspiration of what I can do for my small business. So now that the month is over, I feel like I'm trying to look back on the small business month and how it went. I feel like there were a lot of highs and a lot of lows. I feel like the highs would be being able to have this opportunity to go to an event like this and feeling energized again to really push myself in my small business and to keep going, because I feel like there's so many times where I feel like I just don't have the motivation anymore, and like I want to quit and just give up on my small business. But seeing the success of everybody else and then also like recounting your own success, it definitely gives you the motivation to just like keep going again. So that was like a good pick-me-up. The lows for me was the only market that I attended this month, and it's kind of my last one for a while, and I really wanted to like end it with a good high, but unfortunately that did not happen, and it's fine. Like I feel like I can't win at every market, but yeah. And then this month I also got a new dog, so I'll count that as a win as well. I feel like she has brought so much energy into this house, so much happiness. So yeah, I feel like that's been keeping me pretty busy, and on top of the small business, on top of my full-time job. So yeah, a lot of good things happened, overweighing the bad things. So yeah, I think this is where I'm going to end this month's vlog.